Michael Theo is in the house. How are you? Lovely to have you join us. You have been very busy. You've been up to a lot lately. Yeah. Tell me about being an actor. Is that fabulous?
It is a great career path. I really love the work.
Yep.
And I only do it not for the awards, not for fame, and nothing like that. I do it because I enjoy the work and because I just love making people laugh.
You do it so well. You do it so well.
And also because I really adore the people that I do it with.
Oh, that's a nice thing to be able to say.
And you started on reality TV, so as yourself, and then you've gone over into acting. What has been the biggest challenge in doing that?
Actually, there was no challenge between the two.
Really?
Nope.
I'm so lucky.
Well, not for me at least.
I love that so much because I've done acting and it's difficult. The other
have you? What type of acting have you done? I'm not having a go. I'm just saying, what have you done, Evie?
Hollywood film.
Hollywood movies?
Not yet.
What?
No Hollywood
Mad
films
Max?
yet. No. I was in Deadlock. Anyway, this isn't about me. It's about Michael. Do you get recognised a lot on the street?
Yes, it's a very regular occurrence.
How do you cope? Do you love it?
I cope with it really well because it's not annoying.
It's not?
No. Maybe some actors find it annoying, but I don't.
You don't, because you're nice.
And also because they love and support my work so much, the least I can do is just give them a minute of my time, even if it's for a selfie. And I always allow it because it puts a smile on their face and it makes their day. The world needs more of that.
Yes. Couldn't agree more.
Yes.
What a beautiful answer. So how different does your life look now, you know, obviously being a TV star, compared to when you weren't on TV?
Well, do you mean before Love on the Spectrum?
Yes, yeah.
Right. Before Love on the Spectrum, I was a blue-collar worker. I worked in 2 different kitchen manufacturers. The first one, I worked there for 2 years and 2 months. I was edging doors. What that means is...
Yep.
What edging doors means is that you feed kitchen doors through a machine called the edge bander. It glues edge tape to the sides of kitchen doors. Well, for kitchen cabinets, I should say.
Yeah, yep.
They're for polyurethane kitchens. And then the second full-time job that I lasted in that one for almost 5 years, where I was sanding doors every day.
Right.
But in that kind of industry, you don't want to be there in November and December because that's when the Christmas rush happens.
So it's very different to being a TV star now.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Hollywood is opening
doors. And which one do you prefer?
Acting, obviously.
That's an easy. You work as an inclusion advocate.
Yes.
And you advise, people on how to make workplaces more inclusive for people on the spectrum. What's the most common advice that you give?
One of the best pieces of advice I can give, to employers is that if you believe that people on the spectrum aren't capable of doing their job as well as neurotypicals, things aren't always what they seem.
Good.
I may be on the spectrum, but in my 2 full-time jobs, I showed up to work on time every day. I was hardly ever late. If I did, I would call the boss to explain why I'd be late. And even if I was feeling under the weather, I'd come into work anyway, so he or she can judge for themselves if I'm lying or not.
Oh, wow.
Oh, very nice.
Would you ever lie about it?
Absolutely not.
Good.
Never, no. And I was a little late today, but I...
What would you tell him?
The dog ate my homework, and that's why I was 10 minutes late to a meeting.
That is literally one of the oldest excuses in the book.
OK, you've caught me out. All right, I think we should move along.
I've been catching up on your podcast, Mr. A+.
Yes.
You interview a lot of very famous guests. Do you have a favourite?
I actually don't have a favourite guest because they were all amazing. I loved every interview I did, especially the ones with guests, obviously. But sadly, Mr. A+ has ceased.
Oh.
It ceased in October 2023.
OK. Would he ever come back?
We can still listen to it.
Actually, yes, you can still listen to it, of course. But in terms of coming back to it, I'm afraid not. It's because that chapter's closed. When one chapter closes, it's time for the next to open. So in terms of podcasting, I'm actually going to be doing a new one called Untypical with Poppy Reid.
Good on you.
She's a music journalist.
Yes.
Is it going to be about music?
No, it's going to be about entertainment, interviewing film and television actors and directors while talking about certain films and television shows.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
You're also the ambassador for
Weibo, yes.
Weibo, which is a dating app for neurodivergent
That is correct.
people. Just give me one of the differences. Well, one of the things that it has that a normal dating app doesn't have.
Well, let me put it this way. Weibo connects users for friendships and dating. It also features a job board that features workplaces that hire inclusively.
Oh.
And not just that, the app also contains an in-app psychologist that gives a lot of tips and tricks on making new friends, dating, and being safe when meeting new people.
That is such a good idea.
Yeah.
I would probably join a dating app if they had a psychologist on the app as well, because they just don't, and there's so many, you know, things that can go wrong in dating apps. And this one sounds...
That's true.
Smart and
really
safe.
glad.
Good idea,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's so much ahead for you.
Thank you.
You just mentioned the new podcast. What else is on the agenda?
Well, I actually happen to be writing a children's book with plans to write some more. But I can't give too much information about this book right now because we've only just found an illustrator and it won't be released until like next year.
Little kids or bigger kids? For little ones?
Ages 6 to 9.
Okay. Oh, I'm very excited.
And it's also about a 9-year-old boy on the autism spectrum.
Okay.
Good.
Very
What's
good.
his name?
Is his name Michael?
No. I actually decided to name the main character, who's the autistic boy, Edward Philip Hartman, after one of my heroes.
Who's Edward Philip Hartman?
What, you don't know?
Evie!
Let me explain.
Please.
Edward comes from Edward the Blue Engine from Thomas the Tank Engine,
Yes.
while Philip Hartman comes from Phil Hartman, R.I.P. But coincidentally, Edward and Philip are actually his given names switched around.
Oh, that's clever.
There you
love
go.
that.
I'm not basing the character off Phil Hartman. I'm just naming it after him as a tribute.
I love
because he's been one of my heroes since I was 14.
Oh, I love that.
That's got a lot of meaning there.
I've
That's
actually
very
done
special.
some kids' books before, and they've been very successful. I was going to bring another one out, and this is true. No, it's true. I was going to bring Saggy the Baggy Beanbag, which I'm Saggy the Baggy Beanbag. Come lift me off the ground. So anyway, but I'm working on that. And
Michael, what do we do with him?
so I'm happy to help you anytime, Michael. And do you know what? I love your shirt. I think it's fantastic.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yes?
What makes you laugh?
Anything I find funny.
Like what?
Well,
Best answer ever.
my sense of humour is dry, sometimes cheeky, and sometimes a little dark.
Oh, no wonder you're fitting so well on the couch here. We're going to play a little game called Well, Well, Well.
Sure.
So what we do, we've got some rapid-fire questions, and
I've
Crawford's
got
going
them
to
right here.
read your
Rapid
answer
fire,
as quick as you
Michael.
can.
Yeah.
We're loving your work. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
What's your secret to being confident and so sharply dressed?
Just simply stand out in your own way.
Yep. Nice. What's more important, muscles or manners?
Manners.
Okay. What calms you, meditation or Marvel movies?
Meditation.
Okay, very good. And do you think dancing in the living room counts as a cardio workout?
I highly doubt that, but that could be up for debate.
Okay, very nice. That's very nice work. That was well, well, well.
Oh, you're wonderful. Please thank Michael Theo.
Yes.